This is a short demo of the MCP server I created, which will connect to a ServiceNow developer instance, where it will request data about the table about any table, as long as you give the correct name, and it can get data about its schema right in your right in your MCP client. So in my case, I will be using Cursor. It should also work in VS Code or Claude Code or any of the new AI enhanced coding tools. So here we have a quick definition of how the MCP, the Model Context Protocol, actually explains itself to the LLM. So we have a name, get table schema, it has a description, get the schema, the table definition for a ServiceNow table by technical name. Then we tell it what kind of data it requires. So it has a required parameter that's called table name, and that's a string. Then here we have the actual tool execution. So once the LLM sees, hey, I can get a table schema by giving it a name. Well, if it doesn't have a valid connection string, it throws an error. It tries to get the name. If it doesn't have a name, well, it throws an error. But then it calls a method to get the table schema. I'm not going to go into that. That is a not super complex method, just calling the scripted REST API, calling the sysdb object and the sysdictionary tables, and then getting that data. If it's not able to find something for the table, it will return a simple error saying the table is not found. So let's go into an instance and create a simple table. Well, I've created a scoped app for ping pong, so let's create a matches table. Sure, that's fine. That's all fine. Let me see. Well, we need 2 players for a match. One. It's going to be a reference to the user table. Player 2, which is also going to be a user. Winner. No, I'm just going to very lazily make a choice of whether player 1 or player 2 won. Let's see. When, and then a date time for when the match was played. For now, that is fine. Let me see. Okay. Let me save this table. It's taking a while. Hopefully it's not broken. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. Let me see, let me open the choice for the winner and actually add some choices. It's gonna be drop down without none. Player 1 wins by default. 1. Player 1. Player 2. I'm not saying that this is a good way of actually saving which player would win, but just so we can get some stuff. Okay. Now if I open the open the form. Well, I'm just gonna add some random matches. At least, let's say create 2 of them. And then I'm gonna create a 3rd one that's in the future. Now we have a table, we have 3 records, and now I'm gonna open cursor. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. Okay, we have a script. Actually, I need to go back and actually grab the table name, which is useful. I have a new table in my ServiceNow instance. Can you write a JavaScript function that can be executed as a background script that will retrieve all matches played before now and return the data? So JSON array. Well, since we just created the table, I don't think this table is known enough that the AI would have this in its training data. Well, okay, so it understood that it wants to use the get table schema. Well, let's run the tool and see if it works. Okay, it worked, and it got the schema for the table. And based on that, it was able to create a get past matches method. So now I'm gonna try and see if it actually works. So it got the 2 matches that were in the past. Now if I go back and request it to also create one for the future match, we should only get 1. Can you modify the method to take a parameter to either get future or past matches? Also rename it. And now I didn't have to do the tool call because the structure of the table is still in the conversation history. So that makes it a bit simpler. Well, let's try this again. Uncommented here, that's a bit easier. Well, we have the past matches and the future matches, just as expected. So this could be quite handy when you have any other table, but it was interesting to just play around with an MCP server itself. Should be interesting to see what else could be made, since well, you can hard code, well, not hard code, but you can write your own code to give whatever specific data you want to the LLM. So not just the table schema, but maybe you wanted a tool to create a new table in some method. That might not be the safest, but yeah. whatever you want to do.